I asked the former Shadow Home Secretary, one-time leadership contender and senior backbencher David Davis what he thought the Prime Minister should say.
The answer is in a single speech, and actually that's a dangerous analysis, because what are the public fed up with? About a third of them have now come to the conclusion we have a sort of pair of competing aristocracies in Parliament. You know, the public sector aristocracy of the Miliband's, the sort of academics and so on, and the private sector aristocracy of the trust fund people on the other side. I mean, that's the problem we have, and we have to do more than one speech to persuade them that actually we understand that what their problems are and that we're going to keep our word. They're reflecting that many of the things that were promised have not been given, and whether that's a European referendum, there are good reasons for it, but it wasn't hardly presented very well. A whole series of things where they feel they've not been told the truth. What I wouldn't do if I was in David Cameron's position is try to present an argument which essentially says we've got a solution to this, because it won't be believed at this point in time. If it's, as trailed in the papers today, about benefit payments to immigrants, well, that might do a little bit, but it won't.
It's not enough for many Conservative MPs.
Well, it's not just it's not enough. Objectively, it's not enough. Fine, it's important. But what if I were in his position, I'd be saying, OK, that's the first step. But what we're doing is we're trying to negotiate with Europe to get them to put a proper limitation on free movement of people.
So the Prime Minister should be saying, I will put limits on free movement of people.
I will endeavour to get the European Union to do it. The trouble is, each route provides him with a sort of tactical cul-de-sac. If he goes and says, I'll try and get the European Union to do it, and they don't do it, that becomes an argument to leave. Right, he absolutely, it's clear as a pike, plain as a pike stuff. He doesn't want to get put in a position of having to recommend leaving.
Because some of your colleagues want and will be arguing this week that he should put himself in a position where he's saying, we will leave.
Well, I don't think he should say that. I think he should say, if we don't get what we want, then I am willing to recommend departure, recommend leaving. The reason I want that is twofold. The principal reason is because you don't go into a negotiation saying, whatever you want, I'm going to buy the product. The price will go up, the quality will go down. You always go in with the option of walking away. The second reason I think he should do it is because I think actually the public understand that. And it is essentially incredible to take the stance he took up until a few months ago.
Well, what is it that's incredible?
The idea that you can go into a negotiation absolutely certain that you're going to come out the other end and say, that's fine. That's okay, that's good. You try and go into a European negotiation without being willing to leave. You may not want to leave. I don't want to leave, but I think that if the negotiation doesn't deliver some quite big things, bigger than anything that's been asked for so far, then leaving is probably the best of the options.
You lost Rochester, not badly, but lost. Has the Prime Minister left this moment too late?
I think badly. I think he did badly. The trouble with the Westminster media elite is that they've drunk the Blair-Cameron Kool-Aid. They swallow this line. Actually, it's this conversion of a 10,000 majority, wasn't a marginal seat, boundary redistribution made it a relatively safe Tory seat, 10,000 majority into a 7% loss.
So is that partly a result of David Cameron not making this big speech, this big push beforehand?
No, a single speech doesn't do it. But what it's about is a general feeling which has come about over the course of this entire Parliament that we are out of touch. We the Tories, we Labour, the Emily Thornberry issue, all of those things, we just don't understand the people we're supposed to represent. Now, I don't think that's wholly fair, but that's the strong impression that's been left.